Got those Presto bites, soda, those nachos. Oh yeah. Got my man Big Mike over there. We about to do it. Me and Sandy Beaches. Let's go. What's going on, guys? This is another video for Big Mike and Little Ant, and we are doing another out of the theater review.
Yeah, a spoiler-free review, fresh out of the theater. This week we went to see Dune, which is a remake from a 1984 movie called Dune, which was spawned from books before that, which actually was the inspiration for Star Wars. So this one came a long way full circle, but now we got the 2021 Dune, and you know, what are your thoughts, man?
I remember watching Dune when I was a kid, and it was cool. I just always remember the sandworm, giant sandworm.
Mm-hmm.
That was like the real cool thing about it. You know, it was sci-fi. I love sci-fi, but I remember even back then it was like nothing I want to watch over and over because it was more of a slow burn, more story driven, but the action was kind of cool, the fighting and stuff. So take it all the way to 2021. I thought it was interesting, but the directing for me was too slow. And even before we...
So the pacing was too slow for you?
The pacing was very slow, and even before seeing the movie, I looked up because I was curious, and it was 2 hours and 35 minutes. I was like, oh, man. And I remember just back in the day, that's the type of movie, you know, it's going to be. For me, I need a little more, like, they could have took out, like, 45 minutes of that movie, and I'd have been good.
Okay. I had never seen Dune before 1884, but I did watch it today, most of it, just to kind of get an idea what the story really was about. And then I saw this one today, and I liked it. I thought, you know, it was a long movie, but it kept me entertained the whole time. It didn't have a lot of action, I can say that, but I enjoyed the story, you know, overall. I did think that, you know, the problem with movies like this, where, because it's not a spoiler alert, it's a, you know, it comes on Dune 1, so you know there's more movies coming. But the problem like this is that, you know, you don't really get a real ending, you know, without spoiling. You get kind of a setup for the next movie, and that sometimes can hurt your viewing of this movie because you're going to get into this movie. So it's almost like one of those, like not even Lord of the Rings, I don't know, or maybe Lord of the Rings, where like after the three you can judge it as a whole, each individual one. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I mean, the story was cool with me. Like, I see, like, it's cool. It's his own universe, right? So the characters was cool. Their own special effects, like, you know, their own lore was cool. Just my issue was the pacing of the movie. That was it.
I'll back that up. The visuals were crazy in this movie. Like, if you do go see it, I know it's on HBO Max too, but definitely go see it. If you watch it at home, you're not getting the full experience, I will say. Because like you said, with the sandworms are crazy. Again, it's in the trailer. Just the visuals, the landscape, all of it. You know, you do need to see it in theaters. Like you said, the story, you know, was cool. You know, it's hard for me to. I don't know if I would like it or not. But you know what else I can say? I do see that, like, how Star Wars got a lot of its inspiration from because of the politics and stuff like that that are in there. The desert part of it.
The mask.
I mean,
the what?
The mask.
That too. Only thing is, you know, this one's more hand-to-hand combat. Star Wars are more like blasters and stuff like that. But the political part is really like, you know, the Emperor, all of it. You know, it's really like mirrors. So I see that. So I like that stuff. You know, I like Game of Thrones. So I like different houses and stuff like that. Like that gets me intrigued. So I was good. But and I'm gonna get too much more because it is a spoiler-free, you know, thing. So how would you rate it then, even with the pacing?
I'm gonna go with a 5, man.
Wow.
Damn,
like,
that's low.
I wouldn't care to see that movie
low.
ever again in my life.
Would you want to go see part 2?
I have to because I've seen this one, but that's it. Like, nothing about this made me say I want to see the other one. Like, it was good, but it wasn't that good for me. Like, it was, nothing made me say, like, oh man, I can't wait. I was like, now, maybe the trailers for that. So the thing is, I liked everything about it. It just was such a slow burn. And I feel like the characters was interesting, but not enough. Like, they didn't do enough for me to be like, whoa, like, no character stood out and made me care that much. maybe Aquaman's character,
Duncan.
Duncan.
I like the son.
Huh?
I like the son.
He was cool. I mean,
Paul Atreides, yeah.
I mean, he pretty much was Anakin. Let's be
Paul
real.
was cool.
He pretty much was Anakin.
I think this Paul is better than Paul 1984. You know, like just from watching that today.
Okay.
I think he did a good job. You know,
I think he did a good job
young
too.
actor. Like you can tell coming to, and I like the mom too. Like
Yeah, the mom was cool.
the mom was.
She was fierce. I like her.
The mom was fierce too. You know, I don't get because I'm talking the spoilers, but
Right.
But I will say, I agree with you. Some characters you could have got more of.
Yeah.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, 2 hours 35 minutes. Come on, man. You could have. It was a lot of times they were just panning into the scenery, and it was like I get it was like real artsy,
Right.
which isn't me.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I'm gonna go with a 7.5. You know, my only gripe is the lack of action. Kind of goes coupled with him, like with the part of the scenery aspect. I could have got more action, but I'm still saying a solid 7.5. I'm leaving room for the next one. That's why I'm going with a 7.5.
I agree with Mike.
And you'll give it 7.5 as
Yep.
well. All right.
All right. Well, for that, I'm Big Mike.
And I'm Little Ant.
Out.
Out.